curious about that. That opens up a whole, man, how did Transylvania just become the MASH? This song is chock full of ideas and imagery and characters. And then, of course, it ends with an invitation for us, the living, to also enjoy the Monster Mash, which is a beautiful way for the song to end. It tells a story, and it's an invitation to dance this song as everything. Andy Daly with the song that changed his life, The Monster Mash by Bobby Boris Pickett and the Crypt Kickers. If you haven't seen Andy Daly and his television show review, please go check it out. He also has a comedy album out called Four More Sweaters, Monsters Take Your Questions. In it, he plays 4 different characters in front of a live audience, taking questions from them. One of the characters is L. Ron Hubbard. Oh, it is so funny. It is so funny. Both of his Sweaters-themed albums are 2 of the funniest comedy recordings that exist. Nobody on earth funnier than him. What a funny man. I also cannot recommend enough his podcast, Bonanas for Bonanza, with the great Maria Bamford and Matt Gorley, where they, in character, recap episodes of Bonanza. Television's longest running show, maybe? No, that's good. Anyway, it's a great show. Even more of the Bullseye Halloween special after the break. Stay with us. It's Bullseye for MaximumFun.org and NPR.
Support for WABE comes from Emory's Juris Master Degree, legal training for non-lawyers. Focus areas include healthcare, business, and employment law. Full-time, part-time, and online study options available. More at EmoryLawJM.org. And from Comcast, connecting 4 million students from low-income homes to high-speed Xfinity Internet. And now creating lift zones by providing Wi-Fi to 1,000 community centers to turn them into places to study. Looking to the facade, warning people that they should not pass, but even when you bail into that, they will not listen. Be afraid. Snap Judgment Halloween Special Season 12. Shiver and shake. Now, this afternoon at 3 on 90.1 WABE.
Hi, I'm Mr. Zambrosio, producer here at MaximumFun.org. Support for NPR comes from NPR member stations and Constant Contact with email marketing, websites, online stores, and other resources. Committed to helping small businesses and nonprofits stay connected and do more business online. Learn more at ConstantContact.com. And the Cy Sims Foundation, since 1985, supporting advances in science, education, and the arts towards a fair, more just society. More information is available at CySimsFoundation.org. This is NPR.
You're listening to Bullseye. I'm Jesse Freeman. We're doing a special Halloween episode for all you boys and ghouls out there. Look, I don't know how to say this. Every October, people watch classic horror movies, sometimes new horror movies. It's a proud tradition for many of us. And I personally am terrified of horror movies. I do not like being scared. Neither does my producer, Kevin. We are total wimps. And since this is NPR, it is entirely possible that you can relate to us. Scary stuff is very scary. But there's more to the Halloween spirit than just getting scared. Movies help you with that. What's Thanksgiving without planes, trains, and automobiles? Christmas without Charlie Brown? The 4th of July without, I don't know, I guess born on the 4th of July? Anyway, we brought in 2 resident film experts here at Maximum Fun to talk about movies Spooky and Ooky. April Wolf is a writer who has reviewed movies for The Atlantic, NPR, and LA Weekly. She also co-wrote a horror movie called Black Christmas that came out last year. She hosts Switchblade Sisters, a feminist film podcast. She is joined by Alonso Duralde, film critic for The Wrap, Reuters, and more. He's a panelist on the Max Fun movie podcast, Kushacha. Okay, let's get into our conversation about Halloween and film. April, Alonso, thank you so much for joining me on Bullseye. Always a joy to see you guys. A pleasure. So, here's the first thing. We're talking
sit near me at horror movies that I have to review because I'm the lowest bar of the scale. And so watching me is part of the show. Whereas April is like, she's a tough manager.
April, it's like you borderline fan.
I think it is my thing. I think it's probably been my thing since I was 3 years old. So.
Is that common among film critics? How many film critics do you meet who love horror movies?
I think that more recently it's become more of a thing. You have some younger film critics who are kind of getting weird and blogging. They have these fringe interests, but I don't think that that was the norm before. Kenneth Tarani that wrote something today about how he doesn't review them and he just doesn't want to, and I totally respect his decision.